Banana cream pies are ironically one of the best weapons in the entire game. The reason for this is if you throw it at somebody and hit them with it, they will micro stun and drop anything in their hands. Banana cream pies are usually found in the clown's room on round start, but they can also be made, which I'll cover in a moment. As you can see, they drop their L6 saw right on the ground, even in situations like zero gravity, for example. If you hit somebody with a banana cream pie, they will still stun. It's a very short stun. You're not going to get any cuffs off. You're not really going to get even time to put your hands on a gun. But the whole point of it is that if somebody has an item in their hands, it will disarm them. Also, if they're chasing you, it will knock them down and force them to have to get back up and keep moving. Whatever the case may be there, it is very, very powerful. You can throw these pies by hand rather far. I am over 5 tiles away, and they kind of just fly in a straight line perfectly until they hit somebody. I've moved almost 7 tiles away, and we can still hit them. Once you start going further than this, though, basically off screen, somehow it feels like you can still hit them, but there is a maximum range you can throw it. However, there are items in the game that actually let you go further. The clown also usually spawns with something called the pie cannon. Pie cannon is literally a weapon that can be turned automatic, and it can shoot only a pie, but it's 1 pie per second. And I can go literally off screen and aim at somebody, and it not only will hit them, but it also has significantly better velocity. However, since it's really only useful for disarming, if you're using a combat sense, obviously this is a parody item, it's meant to be for comedy, but it's still, ironically, like I said, one of the best combat items. If you're using it to try to kill a Nuki or somebody, you don't want to use it at long range. You're going to want to use it like around a doorway in a dark maintenance hall when they're right on top of you, so you have a chance to do this. You hit them with the pie, and then right click, grab the weapon. If you try to just spam click them, you're going to hug them, whatever. A very robust clown would be ready to just hit you with the pie point blank like this, and then take your gun before you even have the chance to get back up. More than likely, the clown will have a better reaction speed and be more prepared for you getting pied than you yourself getting pied. If for whatever reason you just can't get your hands on the pie cannon, but you are just a normal passenger or whatever, you can actually still put 2 cannon or pies in a pneumatic cannon. You make the pneumatic cannon with the G menu scene, and this is kind of just a discount pie launcher. It does have the improved velocity, but you can only fit 2 pies in here. So again, I feel like at that point, it's funny, it's great for the meme item, but if you're really trying to use this for combat, you're still probably better off just trying to throw it, or just get a hold of the normal pie cannon if you are able to. So how does one get a hold of more cream pies? Well, it's actually quite simple. First, you're going to need to make some pie dough, which is just a mixture of flour, egg, and salt. You can get all of this round start in a chef vendor. You need 15 units of flour, so you can just take your bag of flour, dump it in a beaker. You need some eggs, which can also be found in a chef vendor, and you can just crack the eggs directly in the beaker, like so. Each egg actually makes a total of 6 units, and you need 12 units of eggs, so you have to crack 2 eggs into a beaker. And finally, we need 5 units of salt, which is also found in the chef vendor, and you do have to rip it open, dump it in, and you'll have your instantly made pie dough with nothing left over in the beaker. Once you have your pie dough, you can actually use the in-game guidebook to open up so you go to jobs, service, chef, and then you click food recipes, and then you can type in cream pie. There's also a third-party website, which I'll link below if you want to have better categorization of the ingredients, but the in-game one works fine now. Now you're going to need 3 bananas and a pie tin. Pie tin can be found in the dinnerware vendor. You can also print these out extra in case you lose these, but there's 5 in here by default, so at least you can make 5 without having to restock. And finally, you're going to need 3 bananas. You're going to need botany help here, or at least access to 1 hydro tray with a banana tree on it, so you can actually grow this stuff. Then you just shove all of this in the microwave. Yes, pie tin included. Seems kind of weird to microwave the tin without assemble it beforehand, but that's Space Station 14 cooking. Finally, you just microwave it for 15 seconds, and unless you have the Syndicate one, you will have to wait the full 15 seconds. And once it is done, you'll have your fresh pie ready to, well, pie someone with. You can mass produce these pretty fast, because it's actually a pretty simple ingredient, and go robust some Nukis today. But wait, there's always more in Space Station 14. Did you know you can actually put any explosive / item with a timer on it, like a flashbang or an explosive grenade, into a pie, and it will start the timer once it hits something? For example, you can stick a flashbang in the pie, and the pie stuns you for 1 second, so if the timer on a grenade is 3 seconds, that person will have 2 seconds to get away with it if they start running immediately. So, hit somebody with a flashbang, automatically armed, So the odds of them being able to get out of that range in the 2 seconds instead of the 3 seconds is low. You can really make this devastating with things like something like a stinger grenade or potentially a white hole grenade. And with the stinger grenade, they now only have 2 seconds to get away from the stingers fully rather than the whole duration. And that borderline crashed my game, and even I didn't walk far enough away to avoid the stun. So imagine how hard it will be for the person that gets hit by the pie. This also combos really well with something like Singularity Grenade. It's only a 3-second timer, so that means the person that you hit with only has about 2 seconds to get away from it, which then you'll start pulling people into the pied person, which is just more humiliating. You get to watch the person with all that pie on their face have everyone else pulled into them. I mean, it's really not as strong as it used to be, but it's still pretty disruptive, especially when you get hit by something and it almost glitches you across the map. But if you want to be the true clown,